Next up, finally, we have the battle of the Rafaels. We've got Rafael dos Anjos, better known as RDA, versus Rafael Fiziev. And I think that RDA has the advantage in this one. I think Fiziev is a great kickboxer, has especially great switch kicks and really strong punches. But this fight doesn't favor him at all. He tends to gas out midway through like the third round in a lot of his fights. And then you look at RDA, who's seen plenty of five rounders. Like we just look at what he did to Renato Moicano, where RDA reasonably should have been getting tired in that fight because he was like the only one giving any sort of output. And all credit to Renato because despite the brutalization that RDA handed him, he stayed in that fight and did everything he could to not, receive a doctor's stoppage, be finished in any sort of way. And it was really a testament to Moicano's toughness. But RDA, he didn't look tired at all in that one. He actually looked a little bit remorseful towards the end of it for what he was doing to Renato. But, it's tough because Fiziev, I don't know if he's seen a five-rounder in the UFC yet. And RDA has so much more that he can do. He's got really great takedowns, really good wrestling, great jiu-jitsu. Fiziev's going to have an even harder time maintaining the gas in his tank as this fight goes on. I think the first two rounds are going to be a very even fight, potentially with Fiziev winning those first two rounds on the feet. But once RDA decides either A, he's tired, so let me take him down, or B, I'm getting beat up right now because Fiziev does have the potential to do that on the feet, then rounds three through five, expect RDA to really use his takedowns and maintain top control against Fiziev, and do just for Fiziev to do just enough to not get finished off of his back, because we haven't really been seeing a lot of finishes in these 5-round fight night main events. I think Fiziev, he's going to land the bulk of the damage early in the fight, but RDA has a really good chin, and that wrestling is going to come into great effect as we reach the 15-minute mark of this fight and throughout the final 10 after that, I suppose. So I'm going with RDA here. What do you think, Tom?
Yeah, it's interesting. I like your logic. RDA has done his fair share in the UFC, has fought a litany of names, gotten wins against a lot of them, losses to others, fought up at 170, now back at 155. I will say that I don't particularly like the move at 38 years old to go from 170 and then decide to start now cutting more weight. The fight against Renato Moicano, I think that was taken potentially on a little bit of short notice. It was a competitive fight. And then you look at when Rafael Fiziev fought Renato Moicano, he knocked him out in the second round with a wheel kick. I think you definitely are correct that if this gets into the fourth and the fifth round, that's where we may see Rafael dos Anjos start to take over and definitely the experience as well. But I don't think it's going to get there because Rafael Fiziev has really good takedown defense and he has really, really, really good striking and power at that. I think he's going to be able to start landing on Rafael dos Anjos really in the first round. Maybe they start to feel out, but in that second round, I think that's where Rafael Fiziev is really going to start to put the power on. And I think that's where he's gonna be able to catch Dos Anjos at 38 years old with all of the weight fluctuations and the accumulation of damage. I just think Rafael Fiziev is going to be able to put him away, and I also think Fiziev has more to fight for at this point. He is on the rise. Looking at his age, 29 years old, training out of Thailand, and we know what Bobby Green says about guys who train out of Thailand and the potential for there to be a link between them and steroids. Not saying that they are, not saying that they're not, but at the end of the day, I don't think Rafael dos Anjos is going to be able to compete with Fiziev long enough for Fiziev to get tired. You're right. It is the first time in a 5-round bout for Rafael Fiziev, but I don't think he's going to see the fifth round. I think he's going to put Dos Anjos down in the second or third. I think the accumulation of those strikes that he's eventually going to start landing with the kicks to the body and the punches to the head, I think he's going to keep his distance. Looking at the breakdown, he's also got an 1.5-inch reach advantage on Rafael Dos Anjos. I like Rafael Fiziev here. Looking at Tapology, 65% of the votes are coming in on Fiziev, with half of those by KO TKO. And that just further kind of stamps my feeling that Rafael Fiziev is going to go out there and win. I think he has a really good future in the 155-pound division. He's a really interesting challenger, and I just think that he has more of the power to beat Dos Anjos, and that's where I'm going. I'm going Rafael Fiziev to be the better Rafael at this point in their career.
Yeah, I definitely I get what you're saying 100%. And I don't disagree with you on anything. I think that either one of these guys could win. And, we brought really good arguments to the table. The final one that I want to make as to why I'm going to be taking RDA is because right now he's a plus 165 dog. And I like the dogs. I like all sorts of dogs. I like, dog creatures. And I like underdogs. And I was going to make a joke about like feet, like those kind of dogs, but I'm not a foot guy and I don't want that put onto me. So
I thought you were going to say something about ugly chicks.
Oh no, we call those grenades. But
oh right, we're from that New Jersey, Long Island, Staten Island part of the world, right? Those are grenades.
Exactly. So yeah, and some people call me a dirty dog. But anyways, I like the dog pick here. I like the plus 165 line, and I think that's actually going to get bigger as the week goes on. So I'm going to be holding off on taking Dos Anjos here. I like the experience and everything. But, yeah, really good episode. We're coming up on that hour mark. So I think it's about time to run down our picks. So, my prelim locks. I've got a parlay between Antonina Shevchenko versus Courtney Casey to go the distance, and Cynthia Calvillo versus Nina Nunes to go the distance. And I've got Ricky Tercios over Ayman Zahabi. For the main card, I'm taking Jamie Malaki over Michael Johnson, Jared Van Dier over Chase Sherman, but the real pick is for this fight to not go the distance. Taking Jamie Pickett over Dennis Liu-Lin, taking Saeed Nurmagomedov over Douglas Silva de Andrade, taking Caio Barallo over Armin Petrosian, and I'm taking Rafael Dos Anjos over Rafael Fiziev in the Battle of Rafael. What do you got, Tom?
Yeah, I'm just going to always wait for the what do you got before I go. So I am going with, following your parlay, Antonina Shevchenko, Courtney Casey, and Cynthia Calvillo and Nina Nunes all to end in decision. I'm going to stay away from the Ayman Zahabi and Ricky Tercios fight with my wallet, but I am going to pick it with my eyes. I like Jamie Malaki to get a knockout over Michael Johnson. The more safe bet in that one is just take it to not go the distance. Jared Van Dier, I think is probably going to win over Chase Sherman, but that's where I take my pee break. I think that one is not going to go the distance either, just because both guys are going to tap to exhaustion. Jamie Pickett, I think, is going to get the win over the competition questionable Dennis Tululin. I like Saeed Nurmagomedov to stand and bang against Douglas Silva de Andrade. Caio Barallo is going to show us something, and he is going to put down Armin Petrosian. And I like Rafael Fiziev in the Battle of the Rafaels at the top of the card. I think he's just got a lot more going for him, and Ataman is the man.
All right. Well, the end of the song. So, with all that being said, I want to thank all you lovely, beautiful fight fans who stuck around for this entire video for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, just like it says at the bottom. From Tyler over there at Pickin Corners, yes, happy 4th weekend. Enjoy the holiday. And, hopefully you're watching this now before the 4th so that you can stake our picks before those lines move. Tom, I want to thank you very much for being here and being consistent. And, we're out here doing our thing. And thank you to everybody at home that supports us. So have a good one and enjoy the long weekend.
Oh, all right. Well, I knew at one point I was going to mess something up, and it turns out that it came at the end of the video instead of typically at the beginning. Enjoy your 4th, everybody. Have a good one.